Hello Wanderers, welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Clan Stjarna and our hero Satordi Styrkarsson. Now, as you will remember in the last episode, we swore fealty to our nephew and cousin, the King of Aquitaine, King Simon of Aquitaine. And now we are a vassal of his kingdom, the Jarl of Navarra, or the Duke of Navarra, as the French would probably call us. Now, that has led to quite a few different changes in our realm. Obviously, we did convert over to Catholicism previous to that as well. And we went on a few different wars, taking over some land here. Now, we find ourselves in an interesting situation. We have committed some of our children, our two daughters, to betrothals. And I do know that some of you are hoping that our daughter can become a shield maiden. She'll need to get her prowess up to 12. We're not sure if that will happen just yet, but if so, we will try to do that before she gets married to the King of France, King Baudouin II of West Francia. And yes, we do have a habit of kidnapping the queens of France. I don't think we're going to be kidnapping our own daughter, but if this man treats her badly, we may have to do that, actually. And as you can see, he is ambitious, good trait for a ruler, but he is gluttonous and he is vengeful. Other than the fact that he's an insightful thinker, he kind of reminds me of a Robert Baratheon-esque, not so much of a warrior as Robert Baratheon, but instead more of a scholar, but a scholar who has great ambitions and a bit of a taste for revenge. So probably not the nicest guy, and he's also got that kind of Robert Baratheon build to him as well. But anyways, yeah, probably not the nicest guy. He is significantly in debt, probably why he was willing to make an alliance with not only a recent convert to Christianity, but also with a lowly Jarl. But we do have pretty powerful connections, obviously. Bjarmaland for one, but that's not really a factor here, but more so with our cousin, the King of France, or Aquitaine, I should say. So that is an interesting one there. We also have a betrothal between our youngest daughter and the son of the King of Sardinia. And as some of you will have pointed out, he has been excommunicated. That is indeed an important factor. But as we are a recent convert to Christianity, that may not factor into our own plans as much as they might for a more zealous ruler. The King of Sardinia, King Angilbert, is craven, he is calm, and he is chaste. So he is not really he's a very timid man, I think we can say. A very timid man indeed. So although he is timid, this is a powerful alliance and a powerful betrothal that will give us access potentially to the King of Sardinia's troops. And that will be very useful because we do want to do some expansion into the lands of Alsark. So we will be looking into that a little bit later in the episode. One thing that I do want to point out as time starts running here and we see this little event pop up in the corner. Indeed, Vigfús Stjarna has appeared in our court. Now, as you'll remember, Vigfús is in fact our younger brother. You may be wondering, well, wasn't he the Count of Oneka? He was the Count of Oneka, or the Chieftain of Oneka. But he was part of the rebellion against King Rikufir. And the rebellion, unfortunately, was squashed. And our younger brother lost his position and has now sailed around down here to Navarra to join us. Now, he didn't know we converted to Christianity. He is still a Satru. He is still Norse. But I don't think he saw any reason to go to the court of our elder brother, who has since passed away, Jarl Frothy. Jarl Frothy was 51 years old, almost 26, I think, years older than Vigfús. They didn't even know each other growing up. And the same thing with our other older brother, Jarl Eirekir, who is quite a bit older as well. So the two brothers here, Vigfús and ourselves, Satordi, are a bit closer in age, and we probably did grow up together to some extent. And he probably would have considered our mother. Well, I suppose she died pretty early, so he might not know her, but we certainly had a brotherly relationship with him. But now that he arrives and he finds out that we have converted to Catholicism, he is probably a little bit angry with us, and or maybe not so angry, but disappointed in a lot of ways that we've turned away from the Norse gods. So although he is in our court and he has joined us here, he's not fully satisfied, I don't think. He is just, he is ambitious, he is zealous. He has a few kills under his belt as well, ripping off some heads. He is, as you can see, a pilgrim, a berserker, an aspiring blade master, charismatic negotiator. So he's a good character to have in our court. Look at his prowess, excellent prowess. He is one of, he will fight for us, but I am wondering if this will cause problems in the future, especially if we cannot convince him to convert. He will not accept conversion yet, but there is the possibility that we could potentially get him to convert if we can get a hook over him. So I am going to let this sway scheme on King Simon continue, but I would like to potentially try to get a hook on Vigfús, try to find some way to convince our brother to accept the glory of the Christian God and join us in that. But for now, he is probably a little bit of a, shall we say, dividing force in our Nordvina warriors. The ones who haven't converted yet to Christianity probably are going to look to Vigfús for direction. Does that mean he'll start a rebellion against us? I'm hoping not, but there is certainly we're going to have to keep an eye on our younger brother until we can manage to convince him to accept the glory of God. So this will be an interesting character to have in our court. His children are not in our court. They are still in Bjarmaland, but hopefully they will be safe there. So that leaves us with the question of what are we going to do from here? Well, we don't really have too much to do in terms of events, so yeah, we're just going to let time run a little bit, and we're going to consider what to do now. Obviously, we do want to declare war on Elsark. The question is, do we do this holy war for this duchy? The only thing that is potentially making me hesitate there is I don't know if we want to expand quite this far south yet. I would much rather just try to take this area up here and just move along the Pyrenees. It's a little bit less efficient, but it would look, the borders would look nicer. Yesterday, I was attending a performance given by a local musician. Today, I've realized that one of the songs the musician sung, I just can't get out of my head. We have earworm, so stress gain and stress loss. Nice. We've got a nice catchy tune in our head. That's going to be interesting to see. Ooh, we did increase our opinion with King Simon. Excellent. He likes us quite a bit more. Rikufir is now the dynasty head. Naturally, that does make sense. So, can we try to pull off a scheme here on our brother? Sway him? We could try to sway him, and maybe then he'll be convinced to join us in Christianity. So yes, like I said, although I don't want to go this far south, I think it may be in some ways our best and only option. that will give us quite a bit more territory, and then we could potentially go here and then go for the Emirate of Zaragoza, or Barcelona, I should say, as well. And then we can try to take these two little counties here. So I do think that we are going to go for Aragon here, and I don't really see too much of a reason to wait. My spy master Count Neptico looks a Valentif up and down. Fine stallion we have here, my Jarl. He wants to take it for a ride. Nobody rides our horse but us, unfortunately. We do want that prestige. So I think that we are going to declare this holy war for the Emirate of Aragon. We are obviously a warrior ruler, and we will be putting that to work here. So we raise our armies, and we shall call in our allies. We shall call in the King of West Francia and the King of Sardinia. We are willing to spend the prestige there. We will potentially need it, especially if some of the enemy gets called in. Is there holy orders to raise? We can raise the Knights Templar. We're probably going to steamroll them, honestly, if we do this, but I do want to have as many troops as we can at the ready, because there is the potential that Al-Andalus and Zenzir will join them. That would give them a significant amount of troops to join them. And there is even the possibility of further afield rulers, such as the Amir of Maghreb, or any of these smaller rulers here, or on the islands, to join them. So obviously there is a concern about the enemy's numbers, but we will be taking command of the army ourselves, and we will be fighting for the glory of God, and we shall head here for the Walaya of Zaragoza to try to take the capital of this duchy. As you can see, our allies have come to join us in this war, and the enemies too seem to be calling in some allies. Oria has learned the Basque language through observation. Excellent. Good job, our daughter. Can we head off the enemy forces and catch them in the field and destroy them quickly early on in the war before they have a chance to fight back against us? That would be ideal. They are heading towards the mountains. I think even if they do go into the mountains, I think we will potentially have the advantage here. We do have more soldiers, they have more commander traits, and more men-at-arms counter, but I'm still... actually, let's play it smart. We're more of a tough soldier, but we are brave. I was gonna say, if we were maybe a brilliant commander or a strategist, maybe we would let them stay in the mountains and just go and conquer their lands. I think instead we are just gonna go straight in. I think this is the more roleplay reason here. And we are just gonna jump right into this battle. So let us see who we're up against here. Wali Theodemiro Ibn Theodemiro of Tarascon, along with many of their knights, 8 Faris, versus our 15 knights. So our knights are at a significant advantage here, and I don't think we're gonna have too much trouble at this battle. The King of France calls on us to join us in a war against Prince Géraud and Countess Berengère. We will, of course, accept. This does seem to be an internal war that's probably going to keep the King of France's troops from joining us. So that is unfortunate, but it is what it is. I see our spouse has made some headway with Mayor Gomez, but not a lot. We do have another martial lifestyle perk. I think we are going to go To finish off this tree, we'll take the loyalty and respect, increases our Spuz opinion. She already loves us, but the skills from Spuz counselor tasks does increase. That's a nice little bonus. Our court politics, she's giving us a nice little bonus to court politics, +7. So that is really good. Strange. I wander a field of blurry yet vivid colors, and I cannot tell what is above and what is below, what is left and what is right. I simultaneously float driftlessly and walk aimlessly. Am I in the primordial churning ocean, or the primordial endless skies? Somewhere deep within myself, though I cannot articulate it, I know that this is the era of dreams, when people could not distinguish between conscious and subconscious, when we walk the dreamscape of the universe under the benevolent gaze of God. Strange. Eons pass slowly before I regain consciousness. I find myself back in my bed. We now have dreamt of a primordial universe. Presumably right before this battle happened. Strange and odd omens. Is this the glory of God saying that we would win this battle? I think perhaps it has. Sverker rips the head off a guy. Good job, Sverker. As you can see, we do appear to be crushing the enemy forces, and I am pleased with the forces of our Nordvina warriors, but now a large contingent of Basque warriors as well, and of course the Knight Templars. Oh, Count Gretier was maimed! Our friend Count Gretier was maimed. He lost an eye. That's an honorable injury to take, Gretier. I am proud of you, my friend. And the battle does seem like it is turning significantly in our favor here, routing the enemy forces, sending them running. And what is this? Being raided. Our kingdom is being raided, not us specifically. Nobody would dare raid Jarl Satordi, that is for sure. So we are now going to head here to Zaragoza, and we are going to siege it down. Hopefully some of our allies will get over here and join us. The Sardinians do seem to be. I'm sitting around the map table with Count Nabtico and Mayor Gomez discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. Nabtico bangs his fist on the table and loudly proclaims we should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of our armies, while Gomez explains how we need to watch what our foes do and respond accordingly. It is my right to decide our ultimate course of action. Well, obviously we are not going to side with Mayor Gomez, we are going to side with Count Nabtico because we do not like Mayor Gomez for obvious reasons. He is a cretin, a churl. And we are laying siege to Zaragoza. So, with any luck, the siege will not last that long. Hopefully we can take this. The enemy forces are coming in here. Ooh, our level of splendor has increased. And our brother does seem to be kind of being won over here, which is excellent. I'm walking the gardens with some of the lords at court when I notice Duchess Adelaide of Armagnac approaching. I step aside to let her pass, but to my great surprise, she blocks my path and kneels before me. Before I have time to properly process this turn of events, Duchess Adelaide begins to sing. I quickly recognize the tune. It is a famous Nordvina love ballad. I have heard it performed countless times, but never with such skill and passion. The intense emotions of the song are mirrored in Adelaide's gaze, which is set on me. She does not look away for a single heartbeat. You flatter me, my lady. Well, she does in a way, but does she not know of the tales of our beautiful love for our wife, Duchess Oneka, whom we rescued from a bear? She must not have heard this. She must not know that Oneka is our soulmate. I am afraid, Duchess Adelaide, that we cannot entertain your advances. Please abandon this foolish endeavor immediately. So we will siege down this land, and it looks like our allies, the Sardinians, were about to engage in battle, but then decided to retreat. Ah, our wife is pregnant. Excellent. Probably right before we left, that would be my guess. There we go. We did take Zaragoza. Let us try to hit the enemy forces here. If we can, maybe catch them in the hills. We are going to lose a few troops, but we will catch the bulk of their army. And it looks like, oh no, we caught half their army. Even better. Oh, I suppose you guys want to see the details of the previous battle quickly first. So here we go. Vigfus coming in strong, getting the most kills with his retinue there. 44. Neptico, of course. Gretier, of course, taking that, losing an eye there. And various other kills on behalf of our men. As you can see here, injuries to the Sheikh, injuries to the Emir, deaths, 3 deaths among the enemy. 1 slain by Magnus, 1 slain by Sverker, and another one slain by Sverker. Sverker doing a good job there, as he always does. Let us see what happens in this battle where we will no doubt destroy the enemy army. This is going to be a rout. With her coming of age, my tuition of Aurea has come to an end. She is a skilled tactician. She grows up fast. She is not, however, skilled enough as a warrior to become a shield maiden. So I think, considering that the forces of France, well, they haven't joined us in this war, actually, which I'm a little bit upset over. I think I'm going to hold off on sending our daughter there to marry the King of France, because he said he would send troops, and then he, what, refuses? He keeps his troops simply because he's facing a rebellion in his own lands? We are fighting for the glory of God. What are you waiting for? Join us. If he does not join us, then I think we will break this betrothal. Satordi does not care to make an enemy of the King of France. Let him come, if he so chooses. If he does join us, then perhaps the betrothal will go through. There we go. Crushing the enemy. Can we head? Ooh, I'm not a fan of that attrition. Alright, we're going to need to slowly make our way there, so we'll head this way. And we'll slowly make our way down, conquering this land as we go. We are already at 59%, so that should give us a nice advantage. The Battle of Leda, as you can see here, significantly in our favor. So let us simply continue, and let's lay siege to some of these places and just let some time flow by. Our son. We have another son. Let us take a look at him. A fine young lad. Sumarlithi? Sumarlithi? I kind of like that name, Sumarlithi. Sumarlithi, yeah. May you grow to be wise and strong. So we now have 2 sons. That is excellent. All babies cry, but with little Sumarlithi there is no end to the tears. I desperately want the midwife to ease my worries, but her furrowed brow makes everything worse. Your son is not gaining weight as he should. We will take good care of him, my lord, but his life is in God's hand. Oh no, our son is sickly. We probably do not know this because he obviously is back home and we are on the campaign. But this is terrible news. Truly terrible news. Greetings, Jarl Satordi. I would be delighted if your daughter Beleskita could visit my court in Rodez to meet her peers. Who are you? Duchess Patricia of Toulouse. The young Duchess. Her father was slain by Duke Anso of Toulouse. Interesting. Okay, well, I will send my daughter there, but Duke Anso of Gascogne? Gascon? Oh, look at this. He's slain a couple people. Slain in battle, slain in battle, slain in battle, slain in battle. The Duke of Toulouse, one of his compatriots. And then his son died of mysterious circumstances, and his daughter died of mysterious circumstances. Considering that we're talking about the King's Spymaster here, Duke Anso the Impaler, I am a little bit those are definitely suspicious circumstances. Duke Anso, what have you been doing in the kingdom? Good question. Okay, we are laying siege to these places too slowly. I think I'm gonna just try to get some wins in battle here, and then hope that my allies can potentially do a bit of the sieging down, because we're not gonna have much chance of that. We'll slow down time just a little bit here. As you can see, who is this? Duke Arnulf of Carinthia. Interesting character here. Disfigured with cancer, but he is a warrior that he is. 33 prowess. This guy is insane. He is a blade master, skilled tactician, familial kingslayer. This guy is insane. Duke Arnulf of Carinthia. Damn, I bet this guy has a cool story going on. That's for sure. Either way, he does seem to be leading the combined forces in the battle here against the enemy. The enemy, which was just crushed absolutely here. Let's continue. Yeah, we'll just continue to siege these lands here. We're at 65%, and I think that we should be able to do some sieges and get the rest of that. So hopefully our allies will do some sieging as well. King of France still hasn't joined us. My God. I don't know if we're going to be doing that betrothal. So we're going to lay siege here. Oh, our troops are running out of food here. Can we potentially split our army and send some of them back, maybe to go collect some food? I do want to keep the siege going, but I do want to get some food into our army here, and so we're not losing all of our troops to attrition. Our allied forces are laying siege. That is good. Laying siege much faster than we are. You are collecting food, it looks like. No, you're still not, actually. Okay, well, hopefully that does not last long. Looks like they're coming they were coming for a battle here. We're gonna finish the siege, and then, oh, looks like our allies, the Sardinians, did engage them in battle. Excellent. And they captured. Damn. All right, say what you want about King Adalbert, but his warrior, the Duke of Carinthia, capturing the Malik in battle for us there, that was impressive. Very impressive indeed. Well, Malik, I do think that means that this war is over. Within the target title, all titles held by Muad'Dib rulers are seized, and any Catholic rulers are vassalized by us. We get prestige, we gain devotion, and our fervor is increasing. Greetings, Jarl Satordi of Navarra. May you live in harmony and contentment. You are a much greater foe than I had imagined. In order to put an end to this bloodshed, I will comply with your demands. So be it. And that is a pretty big bit of land that we are holding now. A pretty big holding of land indeed. We're going to disband our troops and think of the questions of what will be going on after. Well, the King of France essentially reneged on our alliance deal there, not sending his troops in to join us in this war. So with that, I think that we are going to have to consider breaking that betrothal, and what that will mean for our political alliances. How will things play out with Duke Anso of Gascogne, and how will things continue in the Holy Wars against Alsark and Al-Andalus? Very good question. And one other thing, King Rodriguez seems to be in a bit of a rebellion, a war of for the claim of Infante Rodrigo. So things are heating up here. Things are getting a little spicy, but you will look into that more in the next episode. We will see you then.